squatting down in front of the bathtub. Wow. He's probably, wow. Wow. Well, yes, but first he drops a log on the floor and wow. Hey, list of what? List of what? They are investigating. Did she kill somebody? What do you mean investigation? What rubbish? Which kind of smelling investigation? Hello guys, I know we haven't spoken in a while. Free me, editing takes time, okay? But today we're going to do something that I am so excited about, because I've seen it done like in so many different ways online, but like I don't know, I've always wanted to try it because it looked kind of fun. So today basically we are going to be actually, before I tell you what we're going to be doing, let me give you guys a little backstory of my thought process. So basically we are in exam season, graduation season, end of high school season, you know, that period where like everyone is, class of 2024 is leaving. So like I wanted to reminisce about my high school days, even though I only graduated last year, but I miss it. I really miss it. So we are going to do a little reminiscing today, and without further ado, let's get into the craziest high school stories ever on Reddit. So we're going to be talking about the crazies, the cringies, the weird ones, like everything that went down for some people on high school through Reddit. So I have not been on Reddit like very often. Like I don't use Reddit very often. The only time I really use it is to like to look at some Reddit channels for like funny memes and stuff, and then am I the a-hole as well. So that's basically the only reason why I use Reddit. But like I thought, let's do something different today, so let's go and look at some crazy high school stories, but I am going to be ranking them because it's no fun just reading them and like giving my 2 cents. I want to rank them because some of your stories I've seen and heard a lot of stuff when it comes to high school, so I think I have a little bit of certification to speak about these things. But yeah, I am going to be ranking these stories. So I think I have 5 tiers here. So I'm just going to like run you guys through the tiers and then we're gonna get into the video. Okay, so let's quickly run through the tiers and then we'll get into the stories. So I have 5 tiers here, I believe. We're gonna go from bottom to top. So the first one is, I've had doctor's appointments more interesting than this. And this basically means exactly what it says. Like if you've been to my hospital, then you would get what I'm talking about. But basically, very boring place. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. And yeah, I need stories that are juicy. Like I need stories to hook me and grip me. And if they're not doing that, then they might as well be a doctor's appointment at this point. Then my second tier is, where are all the good Wattpad tropes? Guys, every book reader knows that Wattpad is the beginning of everything. Like the books on Wattpad, they are just too good. But like, if the stories here are not even giving me at least Wattpad, I'm talking at least Wattpad, then what's the point? Like they're obviously not that good. Then our middle tier is, in another life this could be me. Not in this life though, I'm too good for that. But in another life, maybe if I was not born as the person I am, this could be me. I can kind of relate to this a little bit, just a little. Then second to the top, we have the oil is sizzling. And this basically means if you've ever cooked anything with oil or like fried something, then you know what I'm talking about. The oil is sizzling basically means like the oil is sizzling as in it's getting hot, like things are getting interesting. It's basically like pouring the tea. Well, this is my personal spin on it because like spilling the tea is just, it's boring. And then finally, I'm on the edge of my bed, which I literally already am. Like I'm already at the edge of my bed. So if this can make me get to the edge and even fall off my bed, then it has to be good. So yeah, those are the tiers. And then we have like the little stories. I think I'm gonna do about 10. I think my max is gonna be 10 for this particular video. If you guys want to see more of it, then I'll do more. But like for now, we're gonna try and hit 10. If we don't get to 10, then maybe like 7 or 8. But let's just start and we'll see. Okay, I'm comfortable now and we can get to the stories. I'm actually so excited. Like, let's actually do this. Okay, this one is pretty long. Okay, first one. One teacher was having an affair with another teacher. Why is this the first thing? Okay. One teacher was having an affair with another teacher. It was gossip in class. One day I went to the restroom and the wife of the male teacher dragged the teacher he was having an affair with in the bathroom I was in and began just punching her like a UFC fighter.
I will bust your fucking ass. I will bust your fucking nose. I ain't no mimsy asshole. I'm a classy bitch.
Wait. I'm so sorry. What? It was crazy. I didn't try to stop it and they both knew I was there. How can they be punching each other when there's literally a student in the bathroom? I was basically standing on top of them. They were also blocking the door so I couldn't just leave. The wife had her on the ground, punching and slapping her, calling her an homewrecker. Finally, another teacher came in and broke them up and told them to leave. I stood in the hallway. The teacher was all bloody and had 2 black eyes and a busted nose. First of all, before we even get to the end, why would you, as a woman, be beating another woman? Okay, fine. Your husband is cheating on you with her. What about your husband? Like, obviously, I understand. Like, that's my man. Fine, all well and good. But your husband is right there, standing you, watching you beat. Are you not embarrassed? He's standing there watching you. Another student is standing there watching you beat a teacher in the school. As per because my husband was cheating. Why don't you drag your husband to the house? Why don't you drag your husband to the house and have a conversation with him? Ironically, the teacher was at school the next day. How did she come to school? It was my first class. She tried covering it up with makeup, but her eyes were so black that there was just no way she could. She came up to me because she knew I witnessed the whole thing and said, "I don't know what you heard, but it's not true." It was true. Both teachers kept their jobs and nothing was ever said about it. It was all very odd. Well, obviously they're going to keep their jobs. Like, obviously they're going to try and make it seem like nothing really happened. But like, I wonder how it was only the person posting this that saw it. Like, obviously he or she was in the bathroom before this started. But like, if she was beating her as you say, somebody has to have noticed. Like, somebody had to have walked in and been like, "Bro, what is going on?" Also, the fact that the person that was being beat up had a black eye and a busted nose by the time somebody came is crazy. Like, what kind of anger is this? See, my take on this is the person that was being cheated on should have dragged her husband. Like, she should have actually dragged her husband. Because, and also, if you want to beat somebody, like if you want to throw hands with somebody who is like having an affair with your man, do it outside the school. Like, what are you doing? Do it outside the school. Why would you do it where literal children? Are you not embarrassed? Why would you do it where literal children can see you? Like, bro, take her to the parking lot or something. Like, really get down. Because now you've been interrupted by another teacher. Take her to somewhere where she's not going to be able to get away. That I'm joking, obviously, but like, this is actually crazy. I don't know if it's the craziest thing I'm going to hear today, but it's definitely up there. Also, as a man, if you're having an affair, you shouldn't have an affair. But if you're having an affair, having it with somebody, the person that works with you, just doesn't seem smart to me. Like, you were bound to get caught. Like, you were actually asking to get caught. Because what does that even mean? I can just imagine the man being like, "Oh, we have some paperwork we have some homework to grade, we have some paperwork to fill out, it's exam season." They will not use exam season as an excuse to be getting together. Nonsense. Very rubbish. Oh my god. Anyway, that was our first story. I don't know about this one. Like, it was good, but it wasn't really like up there for me. And this could definitely not be me. This could definitely not be me in any life. So, I think I'm gonna put it in where are all the good Wattpad tropes. Cause like this was okay. It was fine, but like it wasn't there, it wasn't really doing it for me. But it wasn't boring enough to be considered a doctor's appointment. So we're just gonna put it there, right? But I can tell you for a fact that this is something that can happen in Wattpad. It's just not one of the best tropes, okay? Okay, on to story number 2. Okay, this person said, "In my high school, a 17-year-old kid put a shotgun under his chin. It blew off it blew off his jaw and everything below his eyes. Why did you have to be so specific about it? He survived. What? How did he survive? And a few years ago, I was in town and saw a guy with no jaw and a cloth covering his face. I think it was him at about 45 years old. The reason he did it was not reported at the time, but years later, my mom told me that he tried to kill himself because he had a what? And thought the emission was a sign of venereal disease. What kind of misinformation is this? His parents had always told him that if he got VD, then his life was ruined. There was no internet to answer our questions back then, so without being able to get any other information about what happened, he decided to. The parents of that town knew what happened, but they decided not to tell any of their kids the truth because it was better to risk more suicides than to provide any sex ed. Bro, wait, that's actually no wait. I'm so sorry. Okay. Side note: when sometimes and this may be something that only I do, but sometimes I think about people that died by like very weird reasons. What are people gonna write on their tombstone? Like, can you just imagine? Like, obviously, this guy like he offed himself, but like the reason behind him offing himself is because he thought that he had venereal disease because of misinformation. What kind of rubbish is that? And the fact that nobody, like the parents are not even educating their children so that this doesn't happen again is wild to me. I think the funniest part of this of this story was the guy with no jaw, because what does that even look like? What do you mean guy with no jaw and a cloth covering his face? I can't imagine how that must have looked. But like, also 17 years old and not knowing the difference between that and venereal disease is crazy. I literally have no words, but bro, I cannot even. Also, why would he come back to that place? Like, why would he come back to that place after everybody knew that you shot yourself in the jaw with a gun? And I'm sure at a point people are going to find out the reasoning, and you're coming back to that town. I literally could not be able to. I couldn't come back to that place. I couldn't, because I would be so embarrassed. Why would, oh my god. Can you imagine him, like his shock after he found out that he actually didn't have venereal disease? Bro, I hope he was able to fix that jaw though. But I don't know if I would call this very interesting. So unfortunately, this is gonna have to go into doctor's appointments, guys. Like, this is going to have to go into doctor's appointment. I did like the jaw parts. It was very funny. I did like the jaw parts. But yeah. Okay, story number 3. A girl tried to burn down the theater. I'm in tech theater class and we are having a clean the theater and reset everything day. I don't know what that is. I'm walking on a light when I smell burning. One of the vacuums is pretty old, so I figured it was that when someone else smelled it and said it wasn't coming from the vacuum. Then I noticed the smoke. I tracked it to one of the dressing rooms and saw how much smoke was coming out. I touched the door, wasn't hot, and gently touched the handle, slightly warm but pretty close to room temp. I opened the door to find a stack of old costumes on fire and spreading. I yelled fire, got chastised later for yelling and not pulling a fire alarm, and everyone ran for it while the teacher grabbed the fire extinguisher. Later, when heads were counted, I understand what he means, but the way he said that. Later, when heads were counted, a few students couldn't be accounted for. One of them had an attack of conscience and said that it was this one girl. When confronted, she didn't even deny it. She admitted to it and said it was because she was angry at the teacher for having written her up for something. I don't remember what. She was pretty open about how miserable she was in school and as a person. Scary thing was, directly over the dressing room was storage for the rest of the costumes. Had the fire gotten up there, that would have been it for the whole building. A few years later, a different theatre teacher was found out to have been students by saying how he could make their scholarships go away. Small town with not many ways out. He investigated, but since he was so close to retirement, they basically just kicked him out of school. He's still walking around free. Wait, pause. First of all, why was your story about the fire and not this last part? The most interesting part of this whole story is this last paragraph. Because what do you mean? Like, okay, I understand fire, great, like not great, but like fire, no problem, cool. Also, this attack of conscience statement is very confusing. I don't know what attack of conscience means. Maybe actually let me search it up. What is an attack of conscience? Because I've never heard somebody say that before. Okay, so apparently an attack of conscience is a sudden or intense pang of guilt or regret, which makes a lot of sense. So what I'm understanding is there was a fire and everything. The person posting this saw the fire, yelled fire, and for some reason got in trouble for that. Oh yeah, they did a head count. Some students went accounted for, and then one girl felt guilty because apparently she was angry at the teacher and basically hadn't been doing too well or feeling too well at school. And I'm guessing that she was the one that started or caused the whole fire in the first place. And the fire could have ended up spreading and basically destroying the whole building. My thing is this last paragraph about the teacher essaying some students and telling them that like he could make their scholarships go away is crazy. Can I have an update on this? Like, I need to know if there are no replies under this post, but like because of the fact that the poster did not elaborate on that part of the story, I can't give this thing as high a score as I would want to. Like this last part of the story is the part that is interesting me, because I need to know how that happened, when it started, and how he got away with it, because according to this, he's still walking around free, which is crazy. But like fire, it's like 4 out of 10 on the dramatic scale. Like, it's just a fire. But like, yeah, so where am I gonna put this? I think it's going to have to go in doctor's appointments, guys. Oh god, I need something that wows me. Like, I need something to like jump out at me, like to make me be like, huh? Like, that's what I need. Okay, story number 4. A girl, we will call her Bella, in my grade didn't get into Harvard, but another girl, Becky, did. So Bella and Becky, one got into Harvard, one didn't. Let's see what happens. So Bella called Harvard. This is already too much. Bella called Harvard and told them that Becky cheated on her spelling exam sophomore year of high school, which did happen, okay? And threatened Harvard by saying if they admitted her, she would go public saying Harvard lets in the cheater. Bro, first of all, Harvard doesn't give a damn about you or what you have to say. Second of all, it was one spelling test. Give us a break. So Harvard did a full investigation at her school, interviewed teachers, the principal, the sports coaches, etc., to see if Becky should go to Harvard. At the end, Harvard told Becky that she was to take a gap year before matriculating into Harvard. In the end, Becky still went to Harvard and Bella went to Princeton, I think. So what was the point of all this drama? What? Bro, you literally went above and beyond. No, actually, Bella is an op. Bella is such an op. Because, what do you mean? Okay, she goes to Harvard, so you're literally, I can imagine this girl going into her Gmail and literally writing an email to Harvard with like video evidence and everything. She cheated on this one spelling test. Like, what is Harvard's business?
Don't care, still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Who cares whether she cheated on, like, you're talking as if I can tell you that Bella has cheated on way more stuff. She has cheated on way more. Like, why do you think she's not going to Harvard? I mean, you have to ask yourself the real questions. Like, bro, she literally just went out of her way to make sure that Becky. I can't even imagine. If I'm Becky's parents, we are squaring up. Because what do you mean my child got into Harvard and then I get a call saying she cheated on one spelling test from 1995, so now she's not going to go to Harvard anymore? They are investigating. Did she kill somebody? What do you mean investigation? What rubbish? Which kind of smelling investigation? Like, that's so weird, bro. Anyway, how are we gonna rank this? This could definitely not be me. This could definitely never be me, because I cannot be calling, texting Harvard and be trying to get somebody to not go into. What's my business? Like, bro, this girl is actually such a busybody. Because what do you mean? What kind of rubbish jealousy is this? Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna put this on the oil. The oil is sizzling. The oil is definitely sizzling, because you can tell that this was not a one-time thing. Becky and Bella they've been butting heads since middle school. They've been butting heads, and this was Bella's chance. This was Bella's chance to get back at Becky. Whatever Becky did to Bella, Bella has decided to use this as an opportunity to get back at her. And she almost somehow succeeded because, first of all, the fact that Harvard literally gave her the time of day, I would have ignored that email. Why am I responding? I would have ignored that email. But like, who knows? You're doing as if Bella is like a celebrity who is going to, like, if she posts online, Harvard accepts this, somebody's going to care. Bro, people post stuff about different schools all the time. Like, literally, nobody's going to care. What do you mean Harvard accepts a cheater? You can just lie and say, no, she's not a cheater. Who is going to believe Bella over Harvard? Come on. The fact that Harvard even took this seriously doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. Anyway, the oil is sizzling on this one. I think the oil is severely sizzling on this one. I need to find one that could actually be me. Because so far, I haven't. Maybe I'm not self-aware. Because so far, none of these, I couldn't have done any of these. But let's see. Story number 5. Kid in the grade above me got cancer. We're already off to an amazing start. Something not too serious, but went from a nobody to being very popular. Everyone knew him and was rooting for him. He was on the news, close to the police department, etc. Bro, this whole thing of like, if you watch Alexa and Katie, then you understand what is going on here. Because for some reason, people are so interested in cancer. Like, obviously, like, it's not a good thing, obviously. But like, whenever somebody hears that somebody has cancer, they always want to like be so all up in that person's face. Like, that person instantly gains popularity. Everybody knows that person's name. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, his senior year, he was 18. He was so popular with the freshman girls, if you know what I mean. I just have to add, the kid was not attractive in any means. This poster is an up. Because what do you mean he wasn't attractive? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? That's an inferiority complex, sweetie. That's an inferiority complex. Because what do you mean he wasn't attractive? What do you mean? Maybe he was attractive to the freshman girls. So I don't know what you mean. He just really played up the cancer card. I need to know what you mean by played up the cancer card. Like, was there like, I'm going through cancer on his backpack? Did he have like notebooks like F cancer, like cancer this, cancer that? Like, I don't think he was putting cancer in his Instagram bio. So I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand what you mean by he was playing up the cancer card. Anyway, pretty sure he was declared cancer free around 16, but always kept his head freshly shaved bald. Let me go to his defense. Maybe he likes being bald. Maybe he likes it. I mean, guy, you don't know what's in his head. This poster, they're just, honestly, these are just excuses. Also, how do you know he was declared cancer free? Are you in his family? Are you related to his doctor? No. Anyways, turns out he was sexting a ton of freshmen, these 13 and 14-year-olds, which is terrible and disgusting in and of itself. Compared to the other shit he did, this was nothing. Okay. Okay, so when they said he was popular with the freshman girls, he was really popular with the freshman girls, okay? So the king himself, not you calling him the king, is so proud, delusional / weird that he has a group chat with a bunch of these girls, all sending pics and videos back and forth. I don't know how or why they were comfortable all sending this stuff to him in a collective group chat. It's giving Dropbox. Maybe they felt safe together. I don't know, completely besides the point. I don't know how this particular event happened, but one day he sent a video of himself to the chat and the girls passed it around to everyone at school. Somehow, I ended up seeing this video. It's still out there. I could probably dig it up, but then I would have to scrub my eyeballs with bleach all over again. To give you a fair idea, picture the whitest and chubbiest kid you've ever seen, squatting down in front of the bathtub. Wow. He's probably, wow. Well, yes, but first he drops a log on the floor and wow. Then goes on his merry way. Death. Wow. Thankfully, let's just go to the next sentence. Thankfully, it got spread around enough that the cops got word of it and shut most of it down. But IIRC, he didn't do any jail time. Just no access to electronics and can't be left alone with minors without supervision for a few years. Like I said, cancer card got him buddy with law enforcement. I haven't really heard anything about him since, but I'm sure he's still around town as ugly and disgusting as ever. I'm gonna go read the news articles and see what I dig up. Bro, first thing, the fact that there was a whole ass group chat, like, I can just imagine this guy, the only guy in this whole group chat filled with girls that are a few years his junior, and he's just like, they're just sending pics back and forth. And then these girls, they now decide out of the blue to just like send his picture or his video to the whole school. And I want to know what this guy's thought process was when he started this group chat. 2, when he found out that his videos or whatever had been sent to everybody in the school. And 3, I don't think this poster is telling us the whole story. I can't lie. I don't think this poster is telling us the whole story. I think maybe he's trying to like make us more hateful towards the guy. Obviously what he did is disgusting. Let me know, like, what he did is actually disgusting. But like the way this poster takes every opportunity to, like, he's ugly, he's disgusting. Imagine the chubbiest, whitest like, bro, you could literally obviously something is up between this guy and the poster, because not the cancer card, like, this is actually crazy. And also him going scot-free because he's body with the police is crazy, because like what does that even mean? Like, at the end of the day, he was still sending videos to minors, so what does cancer have to do with anything? But like, that's crazy. The passion with which he told this story, I admire it. But let's put it in a ranking now. Okay, so I think this is definitely going to be from third tier and up, because it was actually quite interesting. But like, this still could not be me. It still could not be me. First of all, glory be to God, I've never had cancer. Second of all, this whole texting minors thing, yeah. We don't do that over here. So let's just say the oil is sizzling. Let's just say it's sizzling for now. Yeah. Okay, story number 6. There was this couple my freshman year who were seniors, 17 female and 18 male, who got into a bunch of drama after the guy's list of rules for his girlfriend got leaked. Hey, list of what? List of what? They were called baby's rules. I'm dead. And was shit like no self-harm, or no talking to other boys except. They got a lot of shit for that. But it got even worse when the dude showed up to this beach bonfire. I was there but had left early, so this is from someone else, with a gun, and threatened to shoot the host for not inviting him. The cops got called and he was arrested for possession of a firearm and drugs in his car. Still gets mentioned occasionally to this day. Okay, bro. First of all, the rules. What do you mean rules for his girlfriend, guys? Not the Christian Grey vibes. Like, what do you mean rules for his girlfriend? Rules as in how? I can just imagine like something that he came up with in his notes app. Literally like a page of like 20 to 30 rules. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm not saying calling himself that. Guys, ew, I actually want to barf. And okay, the no self-harm part, obviously he had somewhat good intentions if he put that as part of the rules. But like, no talking to other boys, okay, relax. Just relax. And honestly, the gun and threatening to shoot is not even surprising me at this point. It's not even surprising me at this point, because the fact that you have a literal written out list of rules for your girlfriend should tell you enough about the kind of person he is. So yeah, I'm not really surprised about that part. But I feel like after this, I'm going to try and search for these rules, because like, if it's still online, I need to see what the actual rules are, because I'm wondering, like, did he have to like sign a contract when they started the relationship, you know, like actually sign a contract and stuff? Does he keep it in like his desk drawer, and like he reminds her of the rules when she forgets? So oh god, baby's rules is mad. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now for the ranking. Number 6. Am I on the edge of my bed? Am I on the edge of my bed? Am I there? I'm not really on the edge of my bed. I'm not really on the edge of my bed. I think, and this definitely could not be me. If you were wondering, it could not be me. But I think we may have to go. This is definitely a Wappa trope. This could be in Wappa, so I'm not putting it down here. But I think the oil may have to be sizzling. It's definitely sizzling. I feel like majority of the ones that I do are gonna be in this second two. I think they're gonna be in this second tier, because like nothing is giving me what I need. Like, nothing is gripping me. I think my favorite story so far were the cancer kid, Bella and Becky. and this one. I think these were my favorite, but I need something more. I need something that's gonna give me something juicy, you know? Okay, story number 7. Let's go. There was this one girl I was kind of friends with in high school who thought she was God's gift or something. Still does from what I see on social media. But she was convinced all the guys had a crush on her. I hate people like this. Oh my goodness. Spoiler, they didn't. Yeah, obviously. She wasn't super unattractive or anything, but the guys could tell she was just fake and attention seeking, so they kept their distance. One day, she decided it would be a great idea to send to this dude who was in an established relationship with one of the popular girls. You're actually asking for trouble. This girlfriend was very athletic, quite broadly built for a woman, and very strong. The guy obviously showed his girlfriend the stuff immediately, and the girlfriend blew up, threatened to beat up this girl, and it became a huge deal. The girl was pretty short and not athletic, so she would have had the shit kicked out of her. The girl ended up moving schools because of it. I found out a few months later that she told everyone it was because her parents said she'd get a better education at a different school. Who do you think you're fooling, first of all? Only me and a handful of other people knew the truth. I only found this out when our math teacher asked in a class that had the guy and girlfriend in two what happened to the girl in question. Someone said the better school story, and I just burst out laughing. I don't think she ever learned her lesson. Bro, first of all, when she came up with that story, who did she think was going to believe it? Her teachers. Because definitely not her classmates. The way things spread in high school, there's no way that nobody knew what happened. Like, you really shot yourself in the foot with that one. But, guys, first of all, the poster starting this story off with the girl thinks she's God's gift to earth is so real. Because I can't tell you how many people I've seen / met or heard of who they just like to think that they are all that. Like, it's actually so crazy. And the fact that she really went the extra mile by sending this stuff to the guy, knowing fully well that he's in a relationship with somebody that could literally carry her and throw her across the field, is mad. Because you actually don't care about your life. You don't care about your life. This girl could literally beat you to a pulp, and you realize that that's why you moved to another school. So you did not know this when you were sending the stuff, and now you're moving to another school and lying about better education. We can smelling better education. What are you saying? Oh my goodness. That one was funny. I can't lie, that one was funny. I feel like I should have had a funny here, but that one was funny. So let's see, where do we put this? So I think this is going to have to go in where are all the good Wappa tropes, because it's cute and all, like it's funny, but it's not up there on the dramatic scale. Like Wappa was dramatic. This isn't like super up there. So yeah, I think it's just typical high school rubbish. Like this is just typical high school nonsense. Story number 8. So there was this not me sitting up to read this thing. There was this freshman girl at my high school who got on MTV Made. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's like a popular TV show. I can't remember exactly what she was being made into. Maybe a prom queen. 1 second. Let me just find out what exactly that is. MTV Made. I've never heard of this before. Self-improvement processes for ambitious teens who want to be singers, athletes. They get trained. Okay, so basically just training teens to be like stereotypes. Cool. So she was being made into, okay, I can't remember exactly what she was being made into. Maybe prom queen. At the time, she was dating this guy, Mike, in my stagecraft class. What kind of class is that? Anyway, the producers wanted her to pretend like she wasn't dating anyone. So all her friends had to avoid talking about him. Oh, this has to be good. She ended up breaking it off with Mike. It doesn't end there though. She asked this one guy, Brian, to prom, but he's not popular. Why did you add that into the story? She gets in with the popular crowd because of the TV fame. So she dumps this new guy, Brian, for another Brian who is in the popular crowd. Okay, so let me just make sure I get this. We had Mike. This is basically just the 7 husbands of Evelyn Hugo. We have Mike, our first husband / boyfriend, who we dumped because we needed to keep it on the deal that we're in a relationship. Then we have Brian, our little shy guy who's not very popular. Dumped him because he's not very popular. And then we have Brian number 2, Brian the second, who is popular. Cool. She alienates all of her old friends for the new ones, Since she was a freshman, she couldn't be the prom queen, so the school begrudgingly adds new categories for freshmen and sophomores because they already had categories for juniors and seniors. I think for freshmen it was like princess and prince. She's put on the ballot with some other freshmen. On the night of the prom, they announced the winners. She lost. Bro. After MTV left, her new friends ditched her and she had none. Guys, this is good. Very good. Very good. She deserves this. Very good. What do you mean? Mike, Brian number 1, Brian number 2, ditched all your friends apart because of MTV fame. What? First of all, how did you even think, like, what did you even think was going to happen once this show ended? That what, you were going to have your 50 seconds of fame and then that will catapult you to the Met Gala or what? I don't understand. And not the school making a whole new category for them, the freshman, so that she could have an opportunity to win, and she still didn't win, bro. At that point, that's the kind of thing that they make like Instagram accounts to mock people for, like, because what do you mean? And also now I'm interested in watching her episode. Like, I wish I could watch her episode of MTV Made so that I can like see what actually happened. Is there like a behind the scenes or something? Because and also the person that's posting this, is she just somebody observing it, or was she like one of the friends that she ditched? I don't think, it doesn't give off the vibe that she was one of the friends that she ditched, but like, you never know. And also I feel like after all this happened, Mike, Brian and Brian too would have had a field day. They would have literally laughed their asses off because, oh, what do you mean? You didn't end up becoming prom queen. You didn't end up becoming a princess. You don't have any prince, no friends, nothing. Bro! Guy, I'm sure if she could turn back the time, she would have never gotten on that show. And I think for this one, could this be me? Okay, wait. Let me say something first of all. This whole alienating friends and like Brian 1, Brian 2, Mike and everything, right? That part is stupid. Okay, that part is rubbish. Like, I don't understand. Like, I understand how having to hide her relationship, so then breaking up the relationship with Mike. But the whole Brian and Brian number 2 thing doesn't make any sense. And her alienating her friends, not cool, fine, all well and good. Let me tell you how this could have been me in another life. I wouldn't have won either. I know myself and I wouldn't have won either, and that is why we're putting this in another life. This could be me, not because of the stupid rubbish she did to her friends and her millions of thousands of boyfriends, but because I also wouldn't have won. So yeah, we love to see it. Okay, story number 9. I was at prom and they had, I love prom stories. Okay, I was at prom and they had a photo booth thing. I went with 2 friends and this guy in line, he's on the autism spectrum, and anyway, he's alone, and so we asked him to join us for the photo. It was like a stop motion thing. Okay, so we're doing it and we go a few times, like in different pairings. Well, I liked this hat, and so I was being goofy, I guess, and decided we should pair together, and I'd wear the hat where we were waiting in line, and he sees a couple in front of us and they kiss during their turn, and he asks if we can do that, and I'm like, well, I don't really know you well enough, and he kept asking, and I was like, maybe on the cheek. Well, it's our turn and we're doing the thing. Then he stops and stares at me, and I turn to face him and he just kisses me, but it's more like a makeout. I just kind of wrapped my arms around him to not be awkward, but it was weird and uncomfortable. And a lot of people saw it, and yeah, it ruined my prom. Maybe I'm dramatic because it wasn't like it was truly SA, but it just, yeah. Anyway, my ex-friend, she's friends with him still, and when I told her and her sister about it, they laughed and thought it was funny. So there's that. I guess not really drama, I don't know. Sometimes I think I make it out to be a bigger deal than it was because it was just a kiss, but yeah. Okay, first thing, obviously, he's on the autism spectrum. We don't know how far on the spectrum he is, so maybe that could also play into why he behaved the way he behaved. Nevertheless, if you're uncomfortable with something, you're uncomfortable with it, and I feel like obviously in the moment she did not feel like she would be able to do anything other than just accept the makeout and keep it pushing. But like, with the benefit of hindsight, this is actually not like, it's not something that you should accept regardless of the situation. Like, at the end of the day, yes, he does have autism, and yes, we should give him some allowances, but you are a human being as well, and if that makes you uncomfortable, then it makes you uncomfortable. I feel like the fact that your ex-friend and her sister were laughing about it is kind of weird, especially if the way you're describing it is the way you described it to them. Like, if that's the situation, like you told them like you felt very uncomfortable about it and then they start laughing, I don't know, that seems a bit weird to me. Like, but at the same time, I don't know, this is tough because like, he's autistic, so he needs to have some leeway for certain situations, but this obviously made her uncomfortable. So I don't think it's stupid of you to say that it made you uncomfortable or something like that. I also don't think it's something that you should hold on to for like a very long time, because it was something that happened and it has happened and you can't really change it. And I'm sorry that that's like it made your prom a bad experience. Like, that could be very annoying. So I guess I don't think saying that you made it a bigger deal than it was is good, because like, if it was a big deal to you, then it was a big deal to you. Like, I've been a victim of so many situations that people would not have thought would be a big deal, but it matters to me. So if it matters to you, then it matters to you. There's no two ways about it. So yeah, I think that's just a thing for next time. If you still want to be like, see the way I'm talking as if this is not a post that was made how many months ago. Anyway, if to this person, if they still want to like be friends / interact with this person, then I think it makes sense to start now to set some boundaries, because like, if this kind of thing happens again, then it's like you let it happen before, so then it's happening again. So I think now you should like set some boundaries with him and be like, you can't do this, like I don't like, you can't like, you need to let him know that what he did was not okay and like you did not find it comfortable. So yeah, I don't think it's a bigger deal than, I don't think you're making it out to be a bigger deal than it is, because if it made you uncomfortable, then it made you uncomfortable. That's that. But moving on to the ranking. Guys, in another life, this is definitely me. I can't lie. In another life, this is definitely me, because I would have done the same thing as her. I would have definitely accepted that kiss and kept it pushing. Like, I would. If you think that I'm what, turning my head, walking away? No. I couldn't do that. I literally couldn't. I would have frozen up. I don't even blame her. Like, I actually can't see myself doing something like this. So yeah, in another life, this could definitely be me. Okay guys, this is my last one, and I really hope that this gets me on the edge of my bed. I'm literally here. I need to be here. I need to fall off. So like, this last one, I don't know, the first sentence is looking interesting, so I just hope it's gonna get me to the edge of my bed and off it. But like, if it doesn't, you guys should like let me know some of your crazy high school stories that could like top these ones, because these are definitely not the craziest high school stories ever. So I want the juicy ones. But yeah, let's get into it. Story number 10. Drama that happened within my high school friend group that resulted in a court case and restraining order. Come on guys, I believe this happened when we were in year 9, Australia. Okay, my friends, both around 15, female, let's call them Susan and Melissa, fake names, were having petty fights. Just genuinely didn't like each other. Fights were about finding one another annoying, nothing crazy. Okay, in fact, sometimes it seemed so tame, it was almost as if they were play fighting. Susan and Melissa were both in the same friend group of about 6 people, including me. Okay, it was petty high school drama until both sets of parents got involved. Oh god. Melissa's father contacted Susan on Melissa's phone. Sorry, let me just make sure I understand. Melissa's father contacted Susan on Melissa's phone. So Melissa's father, okay, and verbally abused her by swearing and threatening her over text message, including saying she hopes her epilepsy causes her to have a seizure and die. Bro, I'm sorry. What could have possessed the father to say something like this? You know what? Let's finish. Police were called not before Susan's parents were calling me, a 15-year-old at the time, for legal advice and whether they should contact the authorities. Believe this was because I had this reputation of being the group mediator and the glue, supposedly, and the parents were very odd. A court case occurred and a restraining order was put in place, which made school very, very awkward. Susan and her family won the court case, supposedly. I don't know too many details about the case specifically. While Melissa's father and the text message abuse was insanely horrific and disgusting, both girls were pretty nasty and both parental groups had no idea how to parent. What? That's actually so true. Some parents don't know how to parent. My friend group were all in counseling after the incident and both girls moved schools. I don't talk to Melissa and Susan anymore. I hope they're both well and safe. I honestly think both their behaviors had a lot to do with their parents. See guys, now I want to know what exactly the petty school drama fights were about, because what did Melissa say to Susan, or what did Susan say to Melissa to make her father literally get on the phone? And guys, you know fathers, they most of the time they don't even know the name of their kids' friends. For the fact that this father went to the girl's phone, called up this babe and was like, I hope your epilepsy gets the worst it can ever be. I hope you have a seizure and die on the ground alone with nobody to see. Bro, I want to know the amount of passion he had to say something like that, because what did Susan say to Melissa to make the father say something like this? And also, Susan's parents, what? Are you 5 years old? Why are you asking a 15-year-old for legal advice? What do you mean? Why are you asking a 15? Obviously, okay, no problem. She's the group mediator, so it's the glue, whatever. But you're literally adults. Act like one. You're literally adults. Act like one. How do you expect a 15-year-old to know what to do in this situation? I need to actually know what the drama was about, what the fights were about, for it to get to this point, because that is actually crazy. And guys, I know this may just be because it is the last one, but this one, I think it actually had me on the edge of my seat. So I'm not gonna lie, I think it actually had me on the edge of my seat. So I'm just going to put it on the edge of, I'm on the edge of my bed. Cause, can't lie, the whole situation, I like the passion with which she told the story, and the whole court case thing just shot it to the moon for me. If you think that my ranking is bad, that's your business. That is your business. But yeah, tell me how else you think you would have ranked it. So we have 10 at the top, I'm on the edge of my bed. The oil is sizzling, 4, 5, and 6. In another life, this could be me, 8 and 9. And where are all the good WAPA troops, 1 and 7. And finally, the boring doctor's appointments, 2 and 3. So yeah, that's my ranking. But yeah, I think we're basically done. Thank you guys so much for watching. These stories were crazy, but they weren't the craziest thing I've ever seen before. And I feel like I want to do another form of this video, for different categories. Maybe I can do crazy Christmas stories, or spooky Halloween story, do something like that, or crazy college stories, since I'm going to college very soon. So maybe I'll do that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was actually so fun. Reddit is so funny. Redditors are so funny, I can't lie. But yeah, thank you so much for watching again, and let me know what more you want to see from me and my channel, basically. And yeah,